What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So this is the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 1, episode 2. Listen, this is good. Why y'all didn't tell me 10 years ago I needed to be watching this show? Oh my gosh. Anyway, we start this episode off with Jacqueline. Now, Jacqueline, I feel you, girl. You are dealing with single mama guilt, okay? You said that you had Ashley. When you had Ashley, you was working hard. You didn't have a lot, and maybe you have overcompensated now that you got some money, and y'all done spoiled this little girl, and now she is a brat. Okay, the girl is a brat. She said that she made some bad decisions. And now she getting ready to fail her 11th grade year and may not make it to 12th grade, and she has to pass her finals. And you sitting here talking to this girl, and she is laughing. Okay, she thinks that you are a joke. You talking about some, look, I did this, and that. I don't know what else I need to do. We done took away the computer. We done took your clothes. We done took your phone. And you still acting up. What more can we do? You know what? I hate to be the one to tell you. Now again, don't spoil it for me, y'all. Don't put in the comments what done happened with Ashley over the years. I want to find out organically. But Jacqueline, honestly, at this point, there's really nothing you can do. And I don't blame you. You spoiled her because you were trying to overcompensate because you got that single mama guilt. You got that single mama guilt, and you was trying to overcompensate for what you had did, and I understand that. But in the meantime and in between time, girl, there's nothing you could do. Okay, she's rotten. You just have to show her you gotta mean it, you gotta do it, and you gotta mean it. You can't take her phone for a day or 2 weeks. You gotta mean that thing. And you have to let her know that she won't get any further privileges if she doesn't do what she's supposed to do. And at the very least you could do is bring home some decent ass grades. Okay? Now later on in the episode, when it's the birthday party for little boy, we find out that she done invited a bunch of her friends, about 20 of her friends, and baby, Jacqueline went upstairs to knock on that door. I'm going out of order. I'm gonna wait till we get to that part because there's so much I want to say. I'm gonna wait till we get to that part. Then we have Teresa and her 3 badass kids running around the store. Listen, I don't know if they exaggerated this scene because somehow I think it's Gia Child. I don't know. One of them girls was at the cash register. Now, I ain't never been to a store where they let the girls go. They let the baby get on the cash register. I ain't never seen that. But they running around this store. They saying they want this. They want that. Mommy this. Mommy that. Mommy, I want this. Mommy. And she is just, okay, okay, okay. And once again, what's she doing? Paying in cash. Teresa, who in the hell is riding around with just thousands and thousands of dollars of cash in their pocket when they got their money legit? Now, I'm just going to call a thing a thing. I know people who carry cash, but that's because they in a cash business. I'm just leave it there. We find out that Gia got an audition. Looks like she was auditioning for that movie, The Tooth Fairy, with the Rock. Now clearly she didn't get it. Another little girl got it. But Teresa definitely has Gia in acting class. We see her later on in this episode at her acting class. And again, I don't have insurance, so I really don't know. But here's what I do know: when somebody is you paying somebody for a critique. And when they give you a critique, you got to take the critique. So we saw Teresa go to this whole acting class with Gia. And Gia was doing, we saw her learning her lines and trying and stuff. And when it was over with, the lady says to Teresa, Gia she's saying her words choppy. I want you to work with her on that. And instead of Teresa saying, okay, we're going to work on that, Teresa says, well, it was her first class. Other than that, how did she do? She just told you how she did. Her words is choppy. Fix it. Work with her. So y'all don't be wanting to hear stuff. But we already know how Teresa is with her churn. So then we see Jacqueline meeting up with Danielle to have lunch. And basically, Danielle is saying, look, girl, I know I was doing a little extra last week. And Jacqueline was like, look, y'all put me in the middle. I like both of y'all, Whatever happened between you and Dina, I need y'all to figure it out because Dina is my sister-in-law. You are my friend, and I really don't want no beef. I don't want no problems. I don't want no strife. And so Danielle was like, you right. And when I see Dina, I'm gonna apologize, and I promise I'm gonna do better. I mean, maybe that first time we met, it both, it was just a lot, and I really want our friendship to work, and I'm gonna try. I don't know a lot at this point. I think Danielle genuinely does like Jacqueline, but I also think that Danielle got a controlling spirit and she want all of Jacqueline. I do. Dina, I'm gonna reserve because I still need some more information about Miss Dina, but I see some things. Okay, I see some things. Um, so we have Jacqueline's son's birthday party is coming up, and Danielle is invited to the birthday party, but she was like, I just want to see how this is going to go. Now, in this scene, let me ask y'all a question. In this scene, they were at a restaurant outside. Why they was the only two sitting outside? There was not near another table sitting outside on that street because they were on the street, like it was like a little street cafe. The cafe only got one table outside? Or did they put y'all asses outside because they said we don't want the cameras inside our restaurant? You can film it, but you got to film it from the street. I don't know. Well, actually, I take that back. I think it was two tables. But still, good. So then we see Teresa at her new house, child. Again, it's her dream home. They basically played the exact same thing in this scene that they played in the first episode, that she's going for a French chateau look. That is marble, onyx, and something else, child. And they showed us that same damn room, that daggone bathroom. So at the end of the day, this scene was just a recycled scene. We just get to see Teresa walking through her house. It's been 3 years, and she said it's supposed to be done in like 3 weeks. That's the same house that she ended up selling. Now, when she sold this house, I know a lot of people were like, that was her dream home. Why would she sell it? It was her dream house 10 years ago with her husband, who she is no longer with kids that are grown. Like, I could understand why she sold it. I definitely understand why she ended up selling it. Like, girl, dreams change, y'all. Dreams evolve. I just hope she got what they spent. I don't know the numbers. I don't know what it cost them to build it versus what she sold it for. I don't know. But it's gone now. But it is a beautiful home. I mean, it's way big. Like, maybe because I don't have that kind of money, I don't understand spending that kind of money. But in my age, and I do live alone, granted, I don't have 3, 4 kids and a husband, but I just don't need all that house. That's just a lot of house. But anyway, moving on. So, what happened next? So we got the birthday party for Jacqueline's son, which again, we saw a scene from the birthday party in last week's episode. You could tell the old production, child. And we Danielle gets there early to help Jacqueline because she is her friend, okay? And she the one that snitched on the daughter. She the one that snitched on Ashley. She was like, I heard Ashley saying something about inviting some friends. I mean, I don't know. And Jacqueline was like, girl, I don't need that. Like, I don't have time to be looking after teenagers. Teenagers be trying to have alcohol and they be trying to do stuff. This is a kids party. I don't have the energy. Let me go. And here go Danielle. Will you want me to go talk to her? Girl, no. That's not your place. If you don't go sit, you done already snitched. Let her handle it. So the two of them walk up to Ashley's room together. And first of all, now, she's a teenager, so I'm going to give her the respect of knocking just in case she's undressed. But when she knocked on the door and Ashley told her she couldn't come in, see, that's not happening. No bueno. Ma'am, you don't get to tell me I can't come into the room that I'm paying good money for. Now, again, if she was indisposed, because I think she did say she was getting dressed. But, girl, let your mama in. You let your mama in. So she's trying to talk to her, and she is really talking to her mama crazy. She was like, oh my gosh, mom. See, I don't do all that. I ain't got the energy for all of that. I don't have the energy for that. Listen, she was like, look, I don't have time. She said, well, you said I can invite some friends. She was like, I told you could invite 2 or 3 people. I didn't say invite your whole class. Like, I didn't say, like, this is not a party for the adults or for your friends. This is a 6-year-old party, right? And it is a carnival theme, and I got people coming with 6-year-olds, okay? But they literally ended up begging that girl. And I was like, y'all being way too nice. Talking about something. Well, are you gonna call him and tell him not to come? Are you sure? And then Danielle talking about something. You promise? You pinky swear? Like, you know I love you, girl, but don't be a liar. Don't be a liar. Tell the truth. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. So Dina shows up and Danielle beelines over to Dina to hug and apologize to her. And she, this is what I don't like about what people do. Apologize to me and then read the room, right? If you apologize to me and then I start joking with you and we start kikiing, then you know what it is. But if you apologize to me and then I just kind of say thank you, okay, I appreciate it, and then I work my way away from you, we ain't there yet. So Danielle did apologize, but then she's like hugging all on her, and then she's like trying to joke with her about, oh yeah, girl, I like those earrings. Oh yeah, girl, you need to let me borrow that, and you need to. Girl, we're not there yet. Now I appreciate the apology, but it's gonna take some time for me to warm up to where you're trying to be, because you're trying to be here, and I'm here. We're not there. And I'm not saying that Dina is right or wrong, because I don't even know. We still don't even know what the hell happened, okay? I mean, we know that they had a disagreement, and hell, Dina said that she threatened to beat Danielle's ass, and Danielle was the one that ended up apologizing. So I don't know who did what at this point. I don't know. So, and Carolyn just ain't here for it at all. Carolyn is side-eyeing Danielle and the whole situation, and she was like, I don't like her. I don't know how I feel about her. I don't know. Now, Carolyn and her family are funny, and I don't know if I'm supposed to find them funny, but I find them hilarious. Carolyn has the daughter who really ain't doing nothing, right? Now, last week they made it seem like she was the event coordinator down to the brownstone. Now, this week they made it seem like she just sitting on her tail not doing nothing, and they were like, girl, you got to do something. Like, you had your little, basically, you had your little gap year. You don't want to go to college. You can do hair very well. You can do makeup very well. Why don't you go to beauty school? I love how white people be like beauty school. Black people be like cosmetology school. I know I shouldn't say white and black, but some people say beauty school and some people say cosmetology school. Anyway, moving on. But because I never heard beauty school, I always heard cosmetology school growing up. I never heard anybody call it beauty school. The closest I heard was Greece beauty school dropout. But neither here nor there, child. So the girl is like, listen, I really don't want to go to cosmetology school because I really don't want to do, like, I want to do the people's makeup that I want to do. Like, if they look, like, if, like, I don't, like, it's certain people I don't want to touch. It's certain people I don't want to, I don't want to put my hands in their hair. So I don't necessarily want to make that my profession, but I don't mind doing people's makeup and stuff, like for the wedding parties that come through. And then Caroline was like, listen, and I'm here for what Carolyn said. Carolyn was like, listen, at the end of the day, if you're gonna go and get your license and you're gonna be doing hair and makeup, then let's move towards having a salon. Like, I'm all about building businesses. I'm all about creating businesses here. And I was like, I am so with that. Like, I love that mindset. Like even last week when she said about the strip club, she was like, listen, if my son want to own a strip club, he can have a strip club. It just better be the best damn strip club on this side of the Jersey Shore. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for that. You understand? Entrepreneurship comes in all shapes and sizes. But then her brother says she's not that bright, so damn, her father even said she wasn't that bright. Now he tried to play it off like he was playing, but I don't think he was. I think he meant that she's not that bright. Now the only thing in that whole scene I had a problem with is the fact that they was feeding that dog with a fork from the table. Y'all people in these pets, who is feeding their dog at the table with a fork? Y'all be killing me with these pets. But anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. So then we see Jacqueline, and we found out Jacqueline has been having a lot of problems being able to carry a baby. She's had 4 miscarriages back to back. And her husband are trying to have another baby. And she said, I know that some people are like, well, hey, you have a boy, you have a girl. Some people can't even have kids, And she was like, I get it and I understand it, but at the end of the day, I still want another child. And so we see her go to the fertility doctor, which I thought was funny because when they got there, her daughter was in the car. But when they got there, when they got there, she told her daughter to stay in the car because she didn't want her daughter in the room because of what the doctor was saying was private. It was like private information. And then she turned around and let the cameras come in. So you made your daughter sit in the car. She was like, I'll leave the car running for you. You left your daughter in that damn car. You didn't even let her come in the damn waiting room of the doctor's office. But you let Bravo come in. I said, what? How this private? But the doctor, but the cameras. Y'all really be doing a lot sometimes. And I guess we supposed to pretend like we don't realize that the cameras are there. I don't know. So then we see Danielle on the phone with her ex-husband now. It has been 2 years since the divorce, and he still has not paid her settlement. She said, listen, people look at me, they see I'm living in this nice house, driving this nice car, and they think I'm good with money. But what they don't understand is if my husband don't pay me this, my ex-husband don't give me this settlement quickly, baby, I'm gonna be out this house. I'm gonna be out this nice car, and me and my kids are gonna be struggling because financially, like, I just need my money. And we see her arguing with him. And my thing is, get your lawyer. Like, and I know that lawyers cost money. I get that. I understand that. But if y'all's divorce settlement was finalized and this man owes you a lump sum of money, I don't understand how he's been able to drag this out for 2 years. Like, I think that's messed up. I really do. If the divorce settlement came through and you legit owe her this money, man, give that woman the money, especially knowing y'all have kids together. Like, that is so disrespectful. Like, y'all know y'all have kids together. Why would you not do that? Just rude. Anyway. So then we see Dina interviewing. Now, at first I thought it was her nephew. She was interviewing a guy to be her assistant. And I really thought it was her nephew at first, and they were just going through the motions of her doing this interview to be like as a joke. But then I realized it wasn't her nephew. And then at one point she was like, so, I mean, what would you do for me? Would you get me my tampons? Would you walk the dog? She was like, would you accept alternative forms of payment? And she's like looking at him all seductively and stuff. I said, first of all, this little boy looked like he like 19 years old, okay? Second of all, ma'am, you have a whole husband. Third of all, even if you joking, it's not appropriate. People go to jail for that. Can you imagine if that was a man asking a 19-year-old woman, would she be willing to accept alternative forms of payment? And then with the sexy look. See. So then we have Dina has her Ladybug Foundation, and she's getting ready for her annual Ladybug situation. And basically, she is a foundation zilla. I don't want to say a bridezilla, but she's basically getting on everybody's nerves. She's yelling at everybody. She's being, very blunt with everyone. I don't want to say she's rude, but blunt with everybody. And her and Jacqueline sort of get into it because once again, Ashley shows up on Playtime like she not there to work. So Dina fires Ashley. Okay, she asked Jacqueline to sort of fill in, and Jacqueline is upset because she was like, I thought I was here as a guest. Like, I didn't know I came here to work. Like, I thought I was here as a guest. I bought a ticket, I want to sit down at the table and enjoy the auction just like everybody else. And Teresa gave her some good advice. Teresa was like, girl, that's your sister. She's a little, she's just a little stressed out. She just wants to make this a good event. She doesn't mean to be rude. And I'm sure she'll apologize later. And Jacqueline was like, you're right. I'm going to go ahead and go help her. Now, I thought it was a cute little foundation situation. What I thought was interesting was that it had a whole disco theme. And they ended up putting on afros at the end. And I wasn't offended by it. Let me be clear. And I just was watching that scene going, now, I wonder if they could get away with that in 2023. I wasn't offended by it because I didn't feel like they were trying to appropriate any culture. Like, white women did wear afros in the 70s during the disco era. Like, it wasn't a weird thing. And yeah, they were probably wigs, but they wore them. And I didn't feel like they didn't put on like blackface or anything. It was just disco, and they were trying to have like the whole disco theme, and it was cute. They all had different color afros. But I just was sitting there watching. I was thinking, I wonder who would get offended by that now. I wouldn't, but I know people would. Anyway, just an observation. Now, while all of this is going on, Danielle is getting ready for a date. Now, Dina threw a little dig in there saying, I thought Danielle wanted to be my friend, but what, she couldn't afford to buy a ticket? See, you're not really trying to be friends with me. I said, Lord, here we go with this. You ain't trying to be my friend situation. And then Danielle is going out on a date with this guy named Steve. Now, she met Steve through Teresa and Joe. Now, Teresa didn't make it seem like she was all that excited about her dating Steve. But here's the issue that I have with Steve. They really thought that we were supposed to believe that Steve was 26 years old. In what world is this man 26? I should have took a picture and showed him to y'all. First of all, he is balding all in the back. He got a whole bald spot right here in the back. And I do know that people prematurely bald. And then when you look at his face, baby, if he's 26, I'm 21. If he's 26, I'm a size 6. It ain't nothing 26 about this man except for maybe the age of them shoes he got on. That's it. But they try to make it seem like it's this 20-year age difference because Danielle is 45 and Steve is 26. No, ma'am. I need to see a birth certificate if I'm going to believe. And if he is 26, baby, that's a hard 26, baby. Did you serve 10 of them years in Sing Sing? Because, baby, that's a hard 26. Anyway, we see Danielle down to the restaurant flirting with this man. Now, again, Danielle, you keep saying that you're looking for love, but you keep leading with sex, and you can't have both. I'm a firm believer that you can't have both. Listen, you can't lead with sex if you're looking for love. That's my opinion now. Please don't get in them comments and tell me all the times and all the people that you knew that it started off as a booty call and it ended up as marriage. Baby, they are the exception and not the rule. I know people too. They are the exception. One of my very best friends met her husband. They slept together on the first night, and they've been together for 30 years. Okay? Exception, not the rule. That's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to things, sometimes I'm an old lady, so that's just my opinion. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode, child. That was a lot to say. It was a lot going on in this episode. Let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.